Hey everyone, this is going to be the real message for April 25th. April 25th, a real message for the collective. It's general, it's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If it resonates with you and you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach me at the links in the description box below. Y'all know the deal. Okay, I'm coming to you like this because a message came through that I needed to that they need to see you. They need to see you, and it was they need to see you like that, because I went to grab the makeup and it was like, no, they need to see you just how you are. So that's why I'm like this. It's a message for everyone across the board to be speaking their truth, be in their vulnerability, and again, let your imperfections show. It's like the answers are in the imperfections or the details, those things. I was talking to someone yesterday, those things that you think are taboo, those things that you think no one should know. And I know, trust me, I know you don't want anyone to know. I don't want anyone to know. But you know, and there are some things that people shouldn't know. Not everybody need to know everything, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be coming forward and showing ourselves without the mask of makeup, without hiding the blemishes, without, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that. And I apologize for the glare. Deal with it, because I already was recording videos and I'm not about to move all of this shit and whatever. We're here. You don't need to really, well, yeah, you do need to see me, but you don't really need to see me the whole time. You know what I mean? Listen. But there is a message in letting ourselves be seen, showing ourselves, and also not letting ourselves be fooled by people. So it's sort of dual message here. Like, don't let, you need to be seeing people for what they are and who they are in their truest form, and you need to let people see you that way as well. So it's like you need to and you need to allow, like, you need to let people see you that way. You need to present yourself that way. I'm not saying don't wear any more makeup. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. So much coming through. Anybody else been getting like crazy ass fucking messages and downloads? And how is that information making you feel? Right? How do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? How did it make me feel? And what is my mission in life? Why am I here? Why am I here? And is it distracting me from the moment, right? And who am I? Who am I when I'm by myself? This has been coming out for so many people. Who am I when I'm by myself? Who am I when I'm alone? And am I portraying something different when I'm with people or to people? Or am I allowing someone to portray themselves as something different to me or to the people that surround us? Some of you are dealing, this came out strong for Libra, some of you are dealing with someone that you know to be a completely different person than what they show the world. And for the most of the world, that's fine. You know what I mean? When you get on Facebook and when you get on YouTube and when you get on your Instagram, that's fine. You know, most people, you create a character, right? You create a personality that doesn't actually exist. You don't actually exist as that. And when you turn off the camera, that's that. And then you go back to your regular, your real reality, right? The one that you really are, the one that you really exist as, the life that you actually, life that you actually live. And for those of you that resonate with the real messages, that is not okay for you. That is not okay for you. Now, should you choose to put everything out there? No. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Okay, it's time to heal. Healing our mind, our body, and our spirit. Again, this continues to come out. This continues to come out. the unicorn, right? The invite serendipity. Some of you are also noticing things and you're like, oh, that's so serendipitous. We met serendipitous. I hear that all the time, like especially with twin flames. And they're like, oh, the way you met, it would be something serendipitous. Bitch, if you don't shut the fuck, no, it's not serendipitous. It's not serendipitous. Serendipity is by chance, right? No, it's not fucking by chance. The hell? It's not by chance. We put it here. We chose it. Okay? Let go of the fucking thought of chance, right? On the other hand, though, on the other side, some of you are noticing these seemingly, we'll say seemingly serendipitous moments, right? These synchronicities, right? We talked about the program behind the program and the synchronicities that are like sort of face value. And we talked about like looking at the clock at the same time every day, especially looking at the clock like every hour. If you look at the same clock every hour, if you look at the clock every hour, you're going to get an hour apart each time. You're going to get, so if you look at the clock at 11:11 and then you look at it an hour ahead, an hour, and an hour, and an hour, you're going to get, right? Okay, if you go to lunch at the same time every day, right, and you go to lunch at noon and you make it to your car by the time you clock out and do all that, and it takes you about 12 minutes, you're going to see 12:12 on the clock every day. Like it's past that, it's beyond that. That is there so that you notice the patterns, you notice the pattern, you notice the program, right? You notice the mimic, you notice the carbon copy, okay? This wakes you up. Hey, there's something going on here. Now there's something behind that you need to look at, okay? There's something behind that, okay? The things, the synchronicities that are happening, it's much bigger. It's much bigger. It's like when you are, I gave examples the other day, and so that's all I'm going to say. But people are still caught up on this, and it's okay. Like, and look, there's nothing wrong with seeing synchronicities 11:11 and 12:12, and you know, fives and ones is big for y'all. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's there for a reason. It's there for to help you. What you notice, pay attention. You wake up. It has its purpose. Everything has its purpose. But are you going to stay there? Are you going to stay there? I can't continue to help you entertain that because my job here is to help wake you up and then act as a bridge, right? One of my jobs here is directing traffic, okay? And so we need to evolve. It's time to evolve. Okay, potential, as I'm telling you, it's time to evolve. Potential, think big for your future, okay? Think big, think bigger than this. And someone, as the message the other day, the video, I was talking about how spells work and how we learn to spell and alchemy and casting shit over yourself and words and the power that words have, and as well as our true form of communication being telepathy, right? The true intention, the true desire, where there lives no lies, where you're not able to twist and turn and manipulate, right? Like words, like spelling, like spells, okay? And I talked about the matrix, right? And someone comes to correct me about the matrix, the word. As I tell you that language is clumsy, you're focusing on the wrong shit, and I can't continue to entertain that, okay? Now, I do my best to meet you where you are. I truly do. But at some point, look, I have faith in you. And you're either going to level up quickly or come back when you're ready, okay? And the same goes for me with you. Like if you're not on my level, I need to go and do my research or whatever it is, or at least at the very least pay attention. Like as I'm telling you, language is clumsy. What would be the need for you to correct me on a title? Because in that same video, I also say this realm, this reality, this dimension, this matrix, this program, this earth. I say that in that video. So for people to be picking out, like, you're fucking missing the picture, you're missing the fucking point. Language is clumsy. Are you? Yes, you need to pay attention to the language because it's how we communicate here, but that should not be the only thing that you're paying attention to. You should be paying attention to the message. You should be, fuck the language. Fuck the language. This is why I don't understand how people can get so fucking butthurt and so offended by cussing. Okay? What are you listening to? If that's what you're going off of, if that is all that you are going off of, then clearly, you are not running it through the filter. You're not running it through your heart filter. You're not running it through your spiritual compass. You're not running it through your meditative process. You are not discerning. You are not sifting through. You are taking everything that someone fucking hands you, and that's not what you need to be doing. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. So if you're picking and taking these words out of these messages, I just have to say, you're missing it. You're shoo, shoo. Hello. Okay, resilience and choices. We need to be making the best choices, and we need to rise above the tribulations. Okay, rise above the tribulations. We are resilient. We are. And for those of you that resonate with this particular playlist, you know we've been through it. We've been through some shit. There isn't a spiritual, there's not a person on this path that I have met that hasn't had extreme trauma and addiction and death and loss and hardships and fucking the hard knocks, right? The hard knocks, lessons, life lessons, just like serious universe shaking you to wake up. Okay, well, I have a few theories on that, but I will say that through trauma, it activates things. This is why people have head injuries. Many of you have written me about head injuries and accidents and near-death experiences, right? You come back and you view everything different. There's so much that you saw, but you never really saw it, right? When you come back, you see things in a different way. You see things in a different light. You're able to connect the dots like you were not before. You're able to get information. You're able to have these downloads, right? So what does trauma do? Trauma creates or activates something, okay? Is that the only purpose? I'm sure not. I'm sure not, right? Is trauma created every time put in your path in order to wake you up or activate something? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I have seen enough to bring me to the conclusion that one of the things that trauma does, especially for those of you, then I've not met a lot of people that do not have this, that have a crazy amount of trauma and abuse as a child, especially the ones that were, this is probably not going to resonate for the ones that are walk-ins, or if you resonate, or if you identify with that. But for those of us that came here, you know what, I'm going to throw out a word and you do with it what you want. Shapeshifter. I had a conversation with someone last night, and I this is the second person I've told this to, and they both were like right on with it. So I'm going to say that word. If you feel you want to comment something or email me on that and expand on that, cool. If not, throw it out, okay? But for those of you that came here with more of your memories, for those of you that came here knowing there was something much different about you and the other children, and about you and your parents, and about why you couldn't do things here that you know you could do wherever you were before you came here. Trauma. Lots of shit going on in your childhood. Horrible, fucking unspeakable, unthinkable things. Yeah, that's a pattern. Why? Well, maybe there's several reasons, right? We may never know, but I do see that reoccurring time and time again. So it's something, it's real, okay? As I get resilience, right? They show me this Nine of Wands here. This Nine of Wands, and then with the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Cups with the Hanged Man, and look at that. Look at and death and justice coming out side by side. balance and transformation, letting things die, transmutation, right? That, and right there with that Two of Pentacles, the balance, right? The Six of Cups, because we're remembering who we are, finding information from the past, going back and retrieving information from our past, thinking like, okay, maybe there's a lot more here that's more significant, or plays a more significant piece of the puzzle than what I initially thought. Okay, there's something about coming to you raw. This is me. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something else that I've been not wanting to say. I don't know if I should. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because it also acts as a filter. And with that being said, there's some things that we can't say live, like you know what I mean, because it acts as a filter, and because you do have so many people that want to play pretend. You know, they want to belong, and whether they have a agenda of some sort, whatever it is, even if it's their own weird shit, there's things that we need to be saying and speaking, and so that we can hear each other, so that we can trigger, it's like a domino effect, right? We need to be helping each other spark, right? But then also there's certain things that we don't need to say, like what I was just about to say, and it helps us to sift through, okay? It helps us to sift through who is with us and who is the real and who is not, though no matter what they say, you'll know, you'll feel it, you'll know. Taking the lead. We're taking the lead, and we are opening up. What am I talking about? What am I talking about here? Like, what am I up here saying? We're taking the lead and we're opening up, okay? Why? Because it's time. The world, it's time for transformation. It's the cycle. This is the cycle. It's time, okay? It's time. With the Two of Swords here, okay, with that, okay, with my mighty sword, like, it's time to come down with the mighty sword, like, cut the shit, cut the truth, cut people out, cut people off, cut people open. And how do you bleed? Do you bleed real blood? Or do you bleed transmission fluid? Okay, and what are we doing, right? What are we hung up on? What are we balancing? Is it a balancing act? Kind of. Should it be? I don't know. Maybe we need that. Maybe we need that checks and balances. I think checks and balances is a good thing. Yeah? Trust. Who are we trusting? Who are we trusting, and should we be? Again, you should be running everything through your spiritual compass, through your discernment, through your heart. Meditate. What I tell y'all, meditate. Meditate on the answers you get in meditation, and then meditate on those fucking answers. And if you journey, you need to be taking those questions and those things back again and back again and back again. And even the information that you get in a journey, you need to meditate on and think on. Right? What is meditation? Is to chew on something, right? To chew on it. Get all the nutrients that it has to offer, right? Spit out what doesn't belong, right? Chew on it long enough to get a real taste and a real feel, right? And a real anything, is it real, period. Okay, many of us are needing to create, I talked about this the other day, sanctuary and peace, a sanctuary that brings peace, solitude, a space where you can go. Okay, a space where you can go. And I talked about this the other day. You don't have to have a large house. You don't have to have the best living arrangements, right? You can do that shit in a closet. You can get in your car and go do it, you know, at a park, you can walk and do it like that. If it's quiet, if you live in an area that's fairly quiet, or at least you're walking in an area that's fairly quiet, okay? And what is our perception of things? Okay, how are we perceiving the information that we're getting, and how does that play a key role in exactly what's happening right now? All right, exactly how we are healing. Okay, and again, this card continues to come out. Pay attention to your dreams. Okay, and I had someone talk about only you can decode your dreams, and well, that's not true. Okay, first of all, that's not true. I know, because I help people decode their dreams all the time. Okay, now, are they the only one that can give me the actual meaning? Yes, but they don't always know how to find it, which means they need help. And that is where I come in, and I'm like, okay, so what did you see here? How did this make you feel? Well, what did that mean to you? Well, do you have any memory of your childhood or your teenage life or anything like that that would have anything to do with that, right? Well, what came after it? What came before it? You know, what side was it on? Was it on the left? Was it on the right? People don't know. People don't fucking know that shit. People that don't dream, and especially those people that have just started to wake up, they don't know. They don't know. So they have to have help. I help people figure out their dreams all the time. Now, can I just come to you and tell you exactly what your dream means just based off of a little? No. And anyone that says they can do that, run. However, other people can help you decode your dreams. So there's that. But then also, as I state in that video, I'm not understanding how people are not listening. As I state in that video, and as I say this and I'm getting angry, compassion looks right up at me. So, you know, maybe you missed that part, or maybe you were doing other things. I know people often will put these videos on and wash the dishes or drive to work, or, you know, so maybe you're, doing several things at once that you didn't catch that part, right? So, okay, I hear you. They're saying calm down, have compassion. That's a message directly to me. Got it. All right. But in what I'm saying about the dreams is pay attention to your dreams. And yes, people can help you decode your dreams. But yes, there is also, as I stated in that video, I don't understand how people don't understand and make the disconnection or connection, right, to a memory versus a dump dream versus astral travel versus lucid dreaming, right? I don't personally can't relate. All right, Jeffree Star moment, can't relate. However, I get it. I know that it's real. I state that in the video. I know that there are people that that have trouble or just can't or don't understand different dreams, right? Different, we're going to say it like this, different states of consciousness entered while sleeping, because that's what it is, okay? And I understand that people don't understand, but you need to start understanding. You need to start understanding, you need to start questioning, you need to write it all down, and start sifting through what is a dream, right? What is a dream? What even is a dream? What's the fucking definition of dream, right? What is a dream? What is a dump dream, right? Are you having trouble working shit out in your mind, right? Or in daily life, right? Are you cutting yourself off, and therefore your dreams come to communicate and help you work things out with the subconscious, right? So you have those dreams. You have just dump dreams, just random ass shit that happens. It's a fucking melting pot of everything you did that day, right? Doesn't mean much of anything, right? Dump dreams. And then you have actual lucid dreams, okay? I don't know that you would be lucid dreaming if you didn't have an intent, but I hear people claim that, so whatever. Then you have astral travel, okay? Are you actually there? Is it a dream, or did you actually travel there, okay? And then, your memories. Is that something that actually happened either in this life or a previous life, okay? So it's time that you start paying attention to those states of consciousness. Okay, and we're getting the Three of Cups that fell out of the shuffle, okay? That fell out of the shuffle with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what's happening? We're reuniting. we're reuniting. And this 3 continues to happen. 3 continues to happen. Things are happening in 3s. There's 3 people involved at any given moment. The death card with the Fool. Okay, we're letting old things die away. We're taking the leap, right? And some of us are new at it, some of us aren't. But everywhere, I say this all the time, at any given moment, you're a baby on your journey, okay? At any given moment, because there's always a new part of your journey, right? There's always a new chapter opening, especially here with this Wheel of Fortune and the way that we are reuniting with people, new people, okay? So maybe they're new, but they're not, right? They're new, but they're not. I've known you before. I've seen you before. I know who you are. And when I get near you, I feel you. Why do I feel you like that? Because we've been connected, baby, because we've been here. Deep breath, deep breath. Here's what I will say too, as I get that King of Coins in the reverse position, with the 10 of Cups in the reverse position, okay, overlooking the King of Wands. Okay, look, some of us have come a very long way to be very content in who we are, comfortable with who we are, and confident in who we are and what we know, as we also make a conscious choice to not outrule everything. So like I know what I know, but I also know that what I know may not be exactly what it seems. Okay, so there's that. But you have people now that we are sort of talking about this more openly, the more open that you, especially for those of you that come to me and you're like, I have no one else to talk to about this. You know firsthand. People come to test you, okay? Like I said, with this King of Coins in the reverse position, okay? It's like they come to test your insecurities, your securities. How stable are you? How stable are you in the conclusion, in the information that you've stumbled upon or sought out, okay? They come to shake you, all right? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know that you don't know everything? Right? We know that we have so much to learn, but that doesn't mean that our experiences aren't real and that we don't know what we're talking about when we talk about these things, okay? There is light being shed here, okay? There's light being shed here. Again, you get a card about dreams and nightmares. What are your nightmares coming to tell you, okay? There's also, with the Moon here in the reverse position, okay, and it's coming underneath the Justice, okay? What is the truth? I love that the Moon comes in the reverse position, okay? I love that and then under Justice, much like over here, the King of Coins came out underneath, in the underbelly, right? People coming from out of the woodworks and out from underneath the rocks to shake you and tell you, you're crazy. That's not real. That's not true. Or how solid are you in that belief? Like, how much can you tell me about that? Maybe I don't need to be, maybe I don't have to have all the answers, right? And maybe knowing that I don't have all the answers is one of the answers, you know? But I love that. I feel like there are things being illuminated. There are dark places being gone to. What are your nightmares telling you? And I'm feeling very strongly that many of you need to start observing, okay? Observing the patterns in the nightmares. That's a message for the patterns in the nightmares. They're showing me demons. And aliens. So there's a message here to start recognizing what is, that's a message that came through too of shadow work. Somebody telling me that it was shadow work that I was talking about, and that video was so far removed from anything to do with shadow work at all. And so there's a message here of knowing the difference between shadow work and the shadow self and your own demons, right? In nightmares, and what is representing you facing you versus what you are actually confronting as an outside force, an outside entity, things that are actually there, things that has nothing to do with shadow work, things that are actually real entities outside of yourself. But then again, what really is outside of you, right? But these are questions that we need to start asking and answering and forming thoughts and realizations on, right? These are things that we need to start expanding on, especially for those of you that are, because I'm feeling like there's a number of you that have these, like, it's like, no, it can't be that. And then you go to someone and they're like, oh, you just need to do the shadow work. Oh, you just need to do the shadow work. And maybe you do need to do shadow work, but maybe you're dealing with something more, okay? So everyone wants to write it off to this, it's the dark night of the soul. Any bad thing that you experience is within you. It's the dark night of the soul. Shadow work. Figure it out. Face it. That's a real blunt fucking statement. That's real broad, don't you think? Don't you think? That's a little... My opinion, not everything is shadow work. There are things that exist outside of you. And for people to say, no, it's all inside of you. It all only happens inside of you. How fucking one-dimensional are you? Like, you're not even here in the 3D if you think that everything is inside of you. No, there are things that exist outside of us as well. Okay? Okay. Compassion shoots out again as I start to get frustrated. Okay, so there is a major message for me here and it's overlooking at patience. When I tell y'all, Spirit, like, all the time I get humbled, right? So I'm sorry if I'm growing a little impatient, but it's just sometimes, especially when I share my deepest things with you and then someone comes back and says something completely like, where the hell did you get that? And when did you hear me say that? And I'll go back, right? I'll go back and I'll listen to the video thinking, okay, well, maybe I used the wrong word because communication isn't really I say communication isn't my strong point, right? So maybe I misused a word, or maybe I said something else, or maybe I didn't pause long enough to make it known that it was a separate thought, whatever. Like, I start questioning. Okay, so I go back and I watch it, and then I watch it again, and I'm like, where the fuck did you get that? Where did you get that? Like, really? And I get a little frustrated, especially when it is something that's coming from the depths of me, when I'm sharing something so deeply personal and being so transparent and vulnerable with you, and someone comes back with that shit. Okay, see. And then you have that little in me, okay? That's part of me. That is part of me. It's not going anywhere. So that's on me, and I need to control that. And I'm trying. Leaving or traveling. What did we do, and where did we leave, and where did we travel to, and what were we traveling towards? What did we travel here to do, right? And when are we going home? And specifically for a number of you, I'm having trust and faith that we will get to go home. We will get to go home. I think I'm going to end it there. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.